With the game on the line, one shot, who would you rather have taking it, Iggy or Curry?
Of everyone on Golden State, open shot, fate of the universe on the line, or the Martians have the death beam pointed at Earth, you better hit it. I want Iguodala. Iguodala's got ice water in his veins.
That right there is one of the more infamous moments in NBA media over the last few years. Great memes have been made about it, and a lot of people think that this is one of the worst takes ever. If you have ever watched a worst NBA/sports take compilation, you may have seen that clip. Now, I would also take Steph over Iguodala as a guy that I would want to shoot a clutch shot, but I don't think picking Andre Iguodala to take the last shot is that absurd. As a Warriors fan, Iguodala is probably my favorite Warrior aside from the Splash Brothers and Draymond Green when he is in fighting mode. Iggy simply does the little things that don't show up in the box score, and he always had a knack for not only hitting clutch shots but just showing up in big games. The game that stands out in my memory about Andre Iguodala's time as a Warrior is Game 6 in the second round against the Rockets in 2019. The Warriors were up 3-2 against the Rockets, however, they were without KD for the rest of the series, and they had a depleted bench with questionable players at best and G League bench players at worst. In other words, this was not a good supporting cast around the big three. Aside from Looney, there wasn't any player on that bench that you would be confident giving quality minutes in the middle of March, let alone in the playoffs. They still had Sean Livingston and Andrew Bogut, who were once great players for the Warriors, but were also months away from retirement. So the Warriors needed a spark on the bench, and a 35-year-old Andre Iguodala, who was also cooked, stepped up and gave them 17 points, hitting big shot after big shot to either not let the game get out of hand, especially in the first half when Steph was held scoreless, and in the second half when the Warriors needed him to hit a big shot, he delivered. He was one of the reasons why the Warriors escaped Houston with a victory. Weeks later, he would have another big moment as in Game 2 of the 2019 Finals, he would hit a dagger 3 to seal a Game 2 victory for the Warriors, which led to the Max Kellerman clip. In Game 6 of that same final series, he once again had a good Game 6, scoring 22 points. However, the Warriors would lose this game and the series. You could also go back to the 2015 Finals. As everyone knows, the Warriors were down 2-1 to the Cavs. Steve Kerr made a great coaching decision by putting Andre Iguodala in the starting lineup, and the Warriors would later on win the championship in 6 games, with AD scoring 25 points in Game 6 on his way to winning Stephen Curry's Finals MVP. Even when he wasn't with the Warriors, this man still had big games in the playoffs, this time as a member of the Miami Heat. In the 2020 Eastern Conference Finals against Boston in Game 6, yes, another Game 6, Iguodala would contribute 15 points and would go 4 for 4 from the 3-point line, helping the Heat advance to the finals, his 6th straight finals. The unique thing about Iguodala's clutchness is that not only has he hit big shots or had big scoring games to help his team win, but he also has had multiple clutch defensive plays in the playoffs. Whether it's him stripping the ball from KD in the 2016 playoffs, or stripping the ball away from LeBron in the 2017 finals, or him doing the same thing to Damian Lillard in the 2019 playoffs, this man came up clutch defensively as well. Andre Iguodala is one of the few players that can be labeled as a two-way clutch player, and for a guy that is labeled as a role player, especially in his time with the Warriors, being a rare clutch two-way player is extremely impressive and goes to show you why the Warriors retired his jersey and why he is beloved by the organization and especially by the Warriors fan base.